Fiddlestick's moving down a tier right now because, not because of anything that's really happened to him. He did receive a little nerfs a while ago, but he's just people are classing him in terms of the jungle. He's still viable, as again, tier 2 is a very viable tier. It's just people are classing him and I'm moving him down a bit. Caitlyn has been moved up to tier 1 because her bot lane control. Caitlyn's actually the highest ranked AD carry in the game, in my opinion. In my opinion, she is, because even outranking Kagamaha, because I just think the lane control is such a vital aspect of the game, and Caitlyn provides so much lane control, so much spam, so much just utility control. Any one of those fucking cliche words you want to throw on to Caitlyn, that's what she does, and she just does it so well. There's even this little trick you can do. A lot of competitive players are doing it. What you do with Caitlyn is you trap the middle for your AD, or whoever's middle, your AP carry, right? You trap it for them, and you just place those 3 traps in the middle. And if someone hits a trap, they're going to take 80 damage, or plus whatever resistance that they have. But that gives like free hits for whoever's middle. So say your brand middle, like your AP carries brand, or even Annie, anybody, right? And they hit a trap, that's free hits. That's free exchange for literally nothing. That's amazing. And if they hit 3 traps, it just gives them that gives your AP solo an advantage already, and they have to watch over traps. Makes them harder to CS. It just does so much by trapping middle, and Caitlyn can do that. And then once those traps are out, you can just trap bottom. You can get away from ganks. You can get away from everything. Sorry, I'm getting a text message right now. My girlfriend's trying to text me. I'll phone her back. Anyways, you can do so much with those traps. You can siege people with the traps. 1, 2, 3, add a tower. Poke. She's got the poke. You combine that with, let's say you have like a Nidalee and Brand. Right? Those are that was your top, and then Brand is your middle. You have a spear, you have the giant AoE circle pillar of flame, and you have her Q. And you just siege the living shit out of that tower, and there's really not much you can do unless the other team forces an engage. They're probably going to lose that tower because traps are really hard to deal with, and the fact that they have so much poke. So Caitlyn provides a great pushing and great poke abilities, and it's just amazing what you can do with that. And just those 2 things add so much control to your lane and so much damage she deals with her ultimate and her Q. She's just so crazy good right now, and honestly, I think she's just by far better than Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw is tons of damage, tons of range, but fuck, Caitlyn just murders everybody in lane, and then that's really the philosophy of the game: win your lane, win your game, and that's what Caitlyn does. So pick Caitlyn, free wins in my opinion. Morgana has moved up to tier 1, but look, everybody, she's not the number 1 spot. She's very good, but she's not the best champion in the game. She's not the most viable pick. She's very strong, but she's good. What can I say? Got great lane control because of the Q and the shield. She can't be ganked that well. She's got great sustain with her passive. You throw your W back on a creep wave, heal up to full. She's got great ganking potential because of her. You just flash R somebody, or even if you catch them with a snare, then you can snare, then you can ultimate, and there's just so much she can do. She's just so viable in lane, and then even in team fights, the support that she adds. If you hit someone with your Q, you're just gonna, that can really change the game. Fuck, stop texting me. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna turn my phone off so I don't hear any noises. Ruining the video, guys. Sorry. Back to Morgana. A good snare by Morgana can really change a game. If you catch someone randomly, they step up to hit a creep, and when it's like a 5 versus 5, and they're just they stepped a little bit out, and you catch them with that snare, fuck, you can just rain billions of spells and whatever you want to do on them, right? And just totally crush them. And that's really game changing if you can land those bindings. And then top of that, as I said, her shield is great for team fighting. You can throw that on somebody who's taking a lot of damage. And her ultimate is fantastic. Press R, press your Zanyas, you're invincible, shit gets stunned around you, and then everyone on your team proceeds to fuck everything up. So Morgana is really strong. Not the strongest. There are better picks than Morgana, that is true. But she is just a fantastic champ. On to Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia, I've actually moved into tier 1 as well because of her just great laning phase. Her team fight's pretty good, but it's really coming down to a lane control game. And Cass, a lot of bruisers top, Cass can take them. Cass can go top, can go Cass can even go bottom. You can do a couple, you can do a caster support lane. And what the fuck is going on here? Everything is just fucked up today. Anyways, Cass is just so much in terms of lane control. She's like I'd say Cassiopeia is like the Caitlyn of AP carries. She can just zone so well. Her little puddle that gets bigger. Miasma, that's the one. And he goes. It slowly grows. You can block off areas. That's also a slow, right? So if you block off that area, then they have to come over here. And like, okay, so it's like, say here, right? And you're like, oh fuck, I can't go over here now because that's the thing is. So the person comes over here, and then you Q. You just throw all your Qs on that area, so you can totally block someone off from going into that area, and just take this massive lane control. And that's why she's so great versus bruisers, because she moves them where you want, and then you just Q. But when you Q somebody, right, you get that movement speed. Then she's like Q. And I know I sound like a fucking idiot saying that, but it's true. She just does so much damage at that point, and then she has so much mana control because the more she spams, the less mana she uses, so she can just spam so much. If she catches you once, you're gonna get fucked, right? And that's why Cass is so good, because she not only can lane against a lot of bruisers top, but she's mana efficient, and she can lane against a lot of APs middle. So it's just like she's just filling so many good spots on a team, and her damage come team fight time is crazy. Oh my god, her ultimate's like not even that great in terms of like what it does. You know what? It's a good stun if you can land it, but the damage combined with her other spells in her kit, holy fuck, she can do a lot of damage. So Cass is just like up here, like 10 out of 10 damage. Cass can do a fuckload of damage, and that's another reason she's being moved to tier 1. I mean, it took a long time for me to move her up here, but can't get everything right the first time. She's there now, and letting you guys know that Cass is really good. Vlad has moved down into tier 3. Vlad moved down because has pretty much every excuse, or not excuse, but every reason that every other champion has been moved down because he's just being outclassed. And that's really it. He's not that super lane dominating guy anymore. He's not anything crazy. He's just average, and tier 3 is the just average tier. And then Mordekaiser has moved down to tier 3 because he got nerfed pretty hard. He might even have to be moved down lower. I'll have to see how viable he is, because I really haven't even seen one since they got nerfed. He might be that bad. Maybe I'll have to try it out a couple of normal games. I usually ask around to a couple of Mord players, and then they're just like, I haven't even played him since the nerf. So I'm moving more down to tier 3 because, that's just where I feel he fits. And yeah. I mean, I don't know what else there is to say about Mord. I mean, someone on my last comment, I pretty much said the same thing about Mord. And he's like, well, can you say some more about Mordekaiser? What else do I need to say? I mean, his shield got nerfed. He doesn't get as much shield. He doesn't have as much lane control. So just by that fact alone, you're going to move down on the tier list, and that's essentially why he's moved down. I mean, his damage is still there, and he's still not bad in terms of that in that sense, but his sustain is down, and that was everything what Mordekaiser was. So that's all I'm going to say. Gangplank has moved up to tier 1 just because he fills almost every role in the team. As you saw versus RS, he can even fill support role depending on who you go with. It's like a super poke comp bottom. He can fill the jungle well. He did great there, and he can actually do a solo lane as well. Gangplank is just so versatile, so much utility. Can't be killed because of his W. He's fast naturally because of his E. He has a ranged crit. He's got a passive slow, and his ultimate is probably one of the best ultimates in the game right now, delivering some crazy damage. It's a giant AoE slow, and the RNG can really... sorry, burping. That's my energy supplement drink before I go work out. And try to do it. I'm on a tight schedule right now, as you can tell, because I'm talking a million miles an hour right now. And Gangplank's ultimate is just so crazy good. It just does so much damage. I mean, even if the RNG doesn't go good for you sometimes, Riot changed it so it does do a lot of damage now, and it is a lot more consistent. So more times than less, you're gonna do a lot of damage with your ultimate, and it's on a pretty short cooldown too, so it is kind of spammable. So and the fact that it's global. I mean, Gangplank's ultimate is really the factor that moves him into tier 1 on both solo queue and drop mode tier list. Then we got Gragas. Gragas has been moved up into tier 2. Gragas has moved up very, very slightly into tier 2. He hasn't moved up that much, but you know, I felt that he was a little bit lower, so I moved him up a little bit, and that's about it. I mean, he's really good. As you know, the dream hack till now, Gragas has been being picked a little bit more, and showing that he is a viable choice. He's not picked all the time, but he is picked, and he is viable, and he's got great lane control, and he's got great counter initiation with his ultimate, and he's got super high burst with his